Why? Is because it allows you the space to not have a distraction. So you have to be with yourself. So many people, myself included, struggle or have struggled to be with themselves. Even when we're with ourselves, we have to have our phones, or we have to have our social media, or we have to have the TV or the radio, something to not be completely by ourselves. The other exciting part is that you're never alone. You're never, ever by yourselves. And I think the more that you can practice being mindful and practice meditating, which we're going to explore, it's not, you don't have to do it a certain way. But the more that you can learn to be with yourself and get to know yourself, that's where you're going to remember who you are and where your happiness really comes from. Mindfulness and meditation, there is a difference, but they cross. So mindfulness is where we're paying direct attention and focus to something, whatever's going on. So we're going to be mindful of our bodies right now. We're going to tune in to how it feels sitting in the chair, sitting on the floor. How it feels your feet are in your shoes. Where do you feel your breath? Is it hot or is it cold? Be mindful. So mindfulness you can do anywhere. It just means you pay attention to what you do. So when people say, I don't have time to do mindfulness or meditation, I say, yes, you do. You wake up in the morning, you go to brush your teeth, and you mindfully brush your teeth. As you go to reach for the toothbrush, you feel how it feels to reach for the toothbrush. As you hold on to the brush, you tune into how it feels to hold the brush. You mindfully, so you focus on putting the toothpaste on the toothbrush. You might even start to notice that you're smelling the toothpaste before it even goes near your face when you do this mindfully. You feel how the bristles feel on your teeth. And maybe it's going to take you 5 or 10 minutes to brush your teeth instead of a quick 30 seconds. But you don't have to go for that long. But you'll notice that you don't rush. And for those of you that knew me, and how many things I broke in about the space of, 3 weeks at a time, was from rushing before. And I would like to say that I haven't broken anything for a couple of months now. And that's through mindfulness. That's through mindfulness and meditation practice of being present. And I honestly believe that it is such a good metaphor for breaking things, because I'm more present, I'm not breaking things. I'm breaking less relationships. I'm breaking less relationships with myself. So it's not just physical things that I was breaking, like cups and plates and whatever. You can be mindful anywhere, anytime. When you're walking, you listen to music, you hear different sounds. Meditation, and there's so many different versions of meditation, and people have different ways to explain it, so this is my way. Meditation is where you designate specific time to be mindful. So you may there's lots of different ways to do meditation. You can do it through breath observation, like we did this morning. A body scan, where you check in how you're feeling in your body. You can do meditation being creative, where you're letting that energy flow through you. So you may do it surfing or dancing or singing. That's meditation. Cooking. I think it's very important, from my experience, that you actually designate time to meditate with no distraction. So cooking and dancing, and they are all fantastic forms of meditation. I do really, really, really believe that it is so important that you also spend time meditating without a distraction. because then you'll tap into your inner wisdom. So when we are always searching for answers outside of ourselves, not just through happiness, but of things that we need to make decisions about, we don't usually come to ourselves to ask. We go out and we want to ask a friend or a family or a psychologist or a business partner. You all have the answers within you just don't know it yet. So meditation allows you to access those answers. The wisdom. Why do we think somebody else knows us better than we know ourselves? It's rubbish. But you have to give it time. You have to commit to getting to spend time by yourself, because if we can't spend time by ourselves, why do we think anybody else is going to spend time with us if we don't actually know what it's like to spend time with us? How can we expect other people to love us if we can't love ourselves? Genuinely love yourself. Not because you wake up and you think you look good in the morning, you go, yeah, I love myself. But you wake up in the morning, before you even looked in the mirror, you love yourself. You care for yourself. Because every single one of you deserves it. So, put your own masks on first. Meditation does not have to be sitting with your eyes closed or your knees crossed. You can lie down, you can put guided ones in to get you into a state, and then you let it just sit and bathe in that when it finishes. You can start by going, there's people that teach meditation all over YouTube for free. There's an app right down, Insight Timer. It's the best meditation app I've found. I'm sure that there's other people that have other apps as well, but it's all free, and there's thousands and thousands of meditations and talks, everything. And you can choose the length. If you want to do 3 minutes, there's a 3-minute meditation. So you can't say time's a problem. Meditation mindfulness has been shown to help with your stress, to lower your stress levels, to allow you a better, what was the?
Insight.
Insight. I-N, yeah, insight. Lowers your cortisol levels, lowers your stress levels, helps you sleep better, helps you respond, not react to a situation. So when you go through the road rage, if you've been practicing being mindful and meditating, you're going to have the choice of your behaviour as opposed to your reaction. So you might react and then you go, oh crap, I can't believe I just did that. It's autopilot. But if you're being mindful and practicing meditation, you can choose your response. So then we don't have that cycle of guilt and shame build up, and then we have the negative behaviour, and then we act out and we do whatever it is that makes us feel better temporarily, and we keep in that spiral. You want to break the cycle, and you can do that through meditation, and you can do that through getting to know yourself. There's 5 senses meditation, so you can go through your 5 senses. Now this can be really good in terms of if you have a stress response come up. You can tune in and go, okay, what can I see? Maybe 5 things I can see, 5 things I can smell. 5 things might be much to taste, but you might be able to just taste in your mouth. You don't have to have any food. 5 things you can feel, and 5 things you can hear. Thank you. The breath we've spoken about. Visualization is another good meditation. You can do it guided, or you can do it yourself. You picture yourself in a place that makes you happy, and you visualize. The idea of imagination is so much bigger than I think we give credit to at the moment anyway. You're sort of manifesting what you want, bringing in what you want. Well, we do that through thought, which is vibration. We think what we want. But how many times do we think what we don't want, and then funnily enough, we get what we don't want, because we've been thinking about what we don't want instead of what we do want. So if you don't want there to be traffic in the morning, you're thinking, I don't want there to be traffic in the morning, and then there's traffic in the morning. What if we were like, there's going to be no traffic? I want to get a free run to work. I want to get every single green light to work. And I want to arrive at 8 o'clock. Try it. Try to think of what you do want, not what you don't want, because you're creating it. So we manifest things through our thought, we manifest things through our emotion. If we're constantly feeling as though we're not worthy, and we're feeling sad, then what are we going to be attracting? Maybe similar situations. So how do we manifest what we want? Love yourself. Look after yourself. Then see what you start to attract. Good stuff. Other stuff that's coming in through looking after themselves, loving themselves, and then you're going to actually know how to love each other genuinely, because you love yourself. So when you look at the other person, you see them, they see you. You love yourself, they love themselves. You come together. It's not one person who's trying to feed the relationship and hold the other person up and feel their love tank, not their own. Chakras. I've given you a sheet on the chakras, which is in your little plastic sleeves. I'm not going to go through them, but I just thought I'd give them. It's on the back. You don't have to take it out if you don't want to. Chakras are energy systems. There's a bit of information on there, and if it resonates, I just encourage you to do your own research, because there's so much meditation out there now, which you can also focus on your chakras, and helps you sort of align everything and let the energy flow through you, so we're not blocking anything. As I was saying before, emotion is energy in motion. It's meant to come up, it's meant to pass through as we express it, and it will constantly be going and moving through us. We've been taught and we've experienced pain and other emotions that don't feel so great, and what we do is we block that emotion. So if you think that energy is trying to get through, if we think of a floodgate, and the energy is the flood, and that flood is coming through, and it's thinking of a trauma or an experience where we've gone, that's too painful, I'm going to hold the gates up. Then we get another event that takes place, and so we get more energy, more water trying to get through these gates, and we go, not going to go there, maybe we're pushing it away. The more and more that energy builds, the more and more we go through and we don't let that energy be expressed, guess what happens? The floodgates can't hold it in forever. And how that manifests in your body can be through disease, through illness, mental, physical. Everything is energy. But we as humans have been brought up to label it as good or bad. It's all energy, it's all vibration. We just have to see it as that. And we have to allow for that. So I encourage you to look at the chakras and see where our systems sit in our body. There's so many videos out there, and there's a lot of evidence-based research out as well. If you have Netflix, and even if you don't, maybe get the free version for the first 2 weeks just to watch the documentary called Heal. Heal. Because that documentary talks about a lot of what I've just covered, hopefully, and how we block our emotion, we don't let it flow through us, and we get sick. And this documentary gives case studies and will show the people that have been through things like stage 4 cancer, and we're told that they're not going to live. And they had to have certain treatment, but then on the other side they were doing energy work. And through the energy work and working with their chakras, working with their breath and releasing their emotion, they miraculously survived. Watch that documentary. It is on Netflix. They also have a huge website, so you can go on, type in Heal documentary on Google, and you'll be able to research a bit more. I realised the time, and I knew this would happen. I want to just quickly talk about another thing in terms of meditation. If we're all energy, we're all connected, because we're all made up of the same stuff. At a cellular level, so if you get a super microscope, no one's going to be able to get their hands on. If you get a microscope and zoom in to a place on your hand, as far as it possibly will go, you will get to an atom. because we're made up of atoms, and they're vibrating around. And the difference with our hand, as we start to zoom out, is all of those atoms come together to form the physical hand. But at a cellular level, we are the atom. The same thing is as if you did it to the chair. At a cellular level, if you get a microscope and zoom into the chair, you're going to see exactly the same thing as what you would for the human. The same thing with nature. The ocean. When we go out into the ocean and go for a swim, and sometimes we feel so awake and alive, is because we're connecting with someone else that's living, that's conscious. Connecting with something, with whatever you want to call it, the creator, with the universe, with God, with energy, with love. Everybody's got their own word for it, but the purpose of having something that is greater, something that is more powerful, as a collective, we're all here together, but where have we come from? I didn't create you. Not that I remember. But there is something that is powerful. There is something that has us here living. So I encourage you to just ask in your meditation, what is there? Open yourself up to connecting with something from a higher energy source. It's probably the best way I can say it without using words that don't resonate for people. Whatever resonates for you, try and open yourself up to that connection. There is so much love and support available to you within you that you just have to tune into. Change the radio station. It's like a frequency. So if you're listening to one radio station, you are not going to hear what's on 96.9 if you're listening to 104.1. If you want to change and listen to 96.9, you have to change the station and open up. It's the same thing. We're on a frequency. What you see, what you hear, what you feel is because of the frequency you're on. If you want to open up to something more, which fills you with abundance and love, and is going to be with you every single time you feel that energy, tune in. Change the station. How do you do that? Love yourself, look after yourself, spend time with yourself healthily, and meditate and be mindful. It sounds simple because it is. It sounds too simple, so people go, that's rubbish. It is so simple, and I'm not saying it's easy, but it's simple. I can 100% promise you it's worth it. 100% promise you it's worth it. To wake up every single morning and feel like you're loved, to feel like you're connected, to feel like you're safe and supported, is everything that we as society try to reach out for somewhere else. So wake up and feel like that. There's no MasterCard for that. So, we're going to try one more thing. Papers down, close your eyes. I want you to get comfortable, feet on the ground, and focus on your breath, eyes closed. Take in 3 deep breaths, breathing in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth, just let it out. And I want you to breathe in pink or white light, which is resembling love. I want you to breathe that in deep and feel your whole body with it. And then breathe out and then relax into the chair or relax into the floor, let your shoulders drop. One more breath, deep breath in. And then breathe out and relax. Now I want you to think of something that you truly love. It could be someone, it could be something. Don't be judgmental, just think of something that you love. Could be chocolate. That's easy. And I want you to feel into that space in your chest. You can put your hand on your heart if you want to locate that. And I want you to fill that space with so much love for whatever it is that you're envisioning right now. Smile if you need to smile, cry if you need to cry. I want you to fill up with so much love that you feel like you're going to burst. Imagine what it would be like to be with that person, or to be with that thing, or to be eating that chocolate. Feel your heart beating strong. And now if you've got one hand on your heart, I want you to put your other hand over the top of that hand, so you've got two hands resting on your chest. And that second hand is you're pushing that love back in. So you have love that you're generating for something or someone else. It's going out into the room, and then I want you to put your other hand on top and push that love also to go back in as well. And feel your heart beat. I want you to take 3 deep breaths, and I want you to really focus on that love. And we're going to try to manifest something that you love. Generate that love into a form. So breathing in. Breathing out. Let it go. Breathe in. Imagine your heart filling up with all of the love, the pink light coming in. And then breathe out and let it go. And you're going to do that one more time, and then as you open your eyes, you can let your hands drop back down. And it looks like you've all manifested chocolate. Well done. So, it's 3:30. Does anybody have to go? Or, yep. If you have to go, otherwise I'll probably go for another 5 minutes doing a mindful eating chocolate experiment. So if you have to go, there's also dairy-free block in there. So if you're dairy-free or gluten-free, break yourself off a piece. Don't eat it just yet. Thank you. See you soon. Please don't forget your donations to the box or online today. Thanks for coming. See you soon. Do not open the chocolate. Oh no, that one's okay. Sorry. The dairy-free one's okay. If you're not going to eat it, still take one. If you're not going to eat it, still take one for the experiment. What? Mama. Does anybody need the dairy-free? Yep. All right. Hold the chocolate in your hand. This is a mindful eating experiment, and then we're done. Good way. Hold the chocolate in your hand and look at it. Look at the wrapper. I want you to be very, very present with what we're doing. Try not to go ahead any step rather than just the one that we've said. Hold the wrapper in your hand. Look at the colours. I want you to slowly open the wrapper. If you've got the dairy-free chocolate, just observe the colour. Otherwise, start to unravel the chocolate wrapper that you've got. Take it out of the wrapper and put it on your hand. I want you to notice any feelings that come up. Any thoughts of like, screw this, I'm going to eat? yeah. Don't blame her. Look at it, hold it close, do not lick it. I want you to observe the colour, the texture, how heavy it is. I want you to smell it. When you smell it, happiness. I want you to smell it and then notice if you get tingles in your mouth and your saliva glands start going strong. Yeah. Now, very, very slow instruction. You will bite it. You will not chew it. You will do nothing besides bite it and leave it on your tongue. So only bite what fits. Now, once you've bitten some chocolate off, hold it in your tongue. Feel maybe it starts to melt where it is. Is it warm? Now just move it around and see if the taste changes on different parts of your tongue. Because we have some spaces that are more bitter, some spaces that are sweeter, sour. See if you can find where those spaces are with the chocolate. Recognize if there's any emotion that comes up. Happiness, sadness, guilt. And then you can slowly start to chew it and swallow it as you need to and see if it goes down differently. Are there any strong tastes that come out? Maybe you like it, maybe you actually don't like it. Some people do this experiment and don't like the chocolate once they've had it like this. And now as it's starting to go, recognize how you feel. Recognize any thoughts, any feelings. Can you still taste it? Do you want to eat the next part? Sometimes people say no. You can eat the next part however you want to eat the next part. But how was that experience eating it slowly and mindfully? Was it different? Did anybody not like it? The chocolate, not the experiment. Okay. The more that we can sort of, obviously if you're eating like that, it's going to take you hours to eat. So it is a good thing that it slows down the eating process. You might not do your entire meal, you might do it for a snack. But I think the more that we can just bring our attention to what we're doing, we can actually enjoy things so much more. Whereas you're sitting there watching TV, and then one packet's going like, oh, can you get a second packet? Like, we go through stuff so much that we actually wouldn't do that if we were eating mindfully. So, I think we're done. Almost. Okay. What we will do first is I was going to get everybody to stand, and we're going to go in a circle together and hold hands. We'll probably have to go on the outsides of these, and maybe we'll cut through those chairs. So if we start from here, actually we might not fit. We might not fit in front of the chairs. We won't be a full circle here. Make sure everybody's in the circle. You can step on the mats if you need to step on the mats. Squeeze in for some space. Oh yeah. It worked better in my head. I want everybody to close their eyes, holding hands, closing your eyes. I want you to focus on your right hand. Give the person a little squeeze in your right hand. That feels good. I want you to focus on your left hand. Give a little squeeze on your left hand. Now give a little squeeze on both hands. And rest. And just bring your attention back to your breath. I want you to fill up your heart again with all of the love that you just generated in that previous experiment. Everybody breathing in pink light And breathing out. We're going to do 3 more. Deep breaths in. I want you to fill up with so much love. Breathing in. Feel it. Breathing out. Any tingles. Breathing in. 2 more. Out. Last one. Breathe in. Breathe out and just sit in it for a second. So breathe out. Go back to normal breathing and just feel your whole body tingling. That's love. And together with our eyes closed, we're all going to say, I am magnificent, and we're going to repeat it 5 times together, and we're going to get louder and louder until people from outside come. Ready? We're going to do it 5 times together. I am magnificent. I am magnificent. 3 more. I am magnificent. 2 more. I am magnificent. Last one. All right, now you've got to hug 3 people. 3 people give hugs. 3 people give hugs. Give them your hug more if you want to. And then grab a seat.
Enough hugging.
Alright. Your drinks have not been spiked, that is natural love. I would say. So, how's that? Yep. All natural. Yeah? That's energy. That is energy. You all created that. So thank you. Honestly, thank you. I'm going to cry. Yeah, isn't it like that? Yeah, happy tears, happy tears. We'll do questions or comments or anything. If anyone has to go, please don't miss anything that you need to go to. And then after we do the questions, please fill out your video forms and hand them over. Please give what you can to Children's Tumour Foundation. And please put your own masks on first. Yeah. You can feel like how you feel now every single day,